It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And coming up, we'll get a look at Ezekiel Elliott. He's coming in well-rested off the bye week. It's the Cowboys and the Lions, just ahead on EA Sports.
Just a gorgeous fall afternoon in the heart of Texas. No weather to speak of. Sun out, roof open. Yes, yes, and yes. A great day for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 between the Detroit Lions and the Dallas Cowboys. Hello again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gaudin, joined as always by Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Cowboy team entering play. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for the Lions here, they come in with some fresh legs as they got the week off last week thanks to the early season bye.
And usually you hope your bye comes a little bit later in the year, but when you get a chance to get fresh legs back, you take that time and you run with it.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. Taken from about the 12 and up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Detroit gets set to go on offense, and it will be the 7th-year pro out of Cal, Jared Goff, leading the attack in his second season as a Lion.
And coming up of an early season open week. And in this situation, what he told us when we sat down with him was he spent a lot of time working on fundamentals, kind of getting back to basics during that time, as opposed to having to worry about healing up or resting up. It's too early in the season. Get back to the basics, get his game going again.
Opening play, and Goff wants to pass it. And that is incomplete. Well, that's not the way you want to start a first pass attempt and a first drop all in one.
Well, you've got plenty of time to make up for it, but obviously not the way you want to get things started. Got to shake that off and get going.
A play fake for Swift. Now Goff. And that's out to the flat for Swift. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. This defense for the Cowboys, they were quite formidable in the win over Philly a week ago.
And I don't know what the actual percentages are, and I don't know the analytics when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. The coaches always said, when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%. I haven't seen that number quantified, but I believe it.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with DeAndre Swift. And he's got room. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That good for 22 and a first down. Even from up here in the booth, the play-by-play guy could tell that there was some pretty good blocking on the right side of the line.
Well, you have good eyes, and it's almost like a ballet when it's executed that well. Everyone in the right spot, everyone in sync, everyone hitting the perfect notes. A little more percussion and a lot more bass, I would think, than you get your normal ballet. But at the same time, that was well executed.
First down, and they go with Swift again. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Goff now looks to throw. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. Throwing on 3rd. Gone. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
Yeah, that's when we turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And as we check the next-gen stats, that play lasted just 2.7 seconds from beginning to end. Just not enough time to throw the football. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game. That opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
Well, now they'll start 3 yards shy of midfield after that long 57-yard miss. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped him. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Holding, offense.
So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Back deep, Khalif Raymond. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and the Lions will take over. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. And they enter play here in this one on a 2-game win streak, plus they come off the open week as well. So this is a team that has a lot of things working in their favor.
Oh, it certainly is, and let's face it, this team is playing so well. The worry now is that after a few extra days off, they'll be sluggish coming into this game. So I've heard that he spent more time in practice working what they call good versus good, starting offense versus starting defense. They want a fast start in this next game.
And he'll get this to the 32.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going. And then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Goff linking up with Chark for a Lions first down. Now, this is a quarterback that's already in the top 100 all-time in passing yards, but that last throw going to move him past Roger Staubach on the all-time list. Roger Charles at 22,700.
Don't forget, he also won 2 Super Bowls, played from 1969 to 1979. And I would dare say Roger's numbers would be larger. But remember, he had a commitment to the Navy. A graduate of the Naval Academy. Back then, you had to serve your 5-year hitch before you could go on and join the NFL.
Here comes Reynolds as they try the jet sweep. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he'll work down inside the 45. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Here's Goff. This pass complete to Reynolds. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Goff. He'll get this off to Swift. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
Brandon, you know this is going to be discussed because this is the fear of all the backs when they run this type of a route. They've got to find the football, and sometimes they don't see the defender. And in this case, he took a pretty good shot for his efforts, but give him credit, able to hold on to the football.
3rd and 2, Goff. Eluding the... And he is going to go down. They sack him on the final play of the 1st quarter. No score after 1 on EA Sports. The Lions with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. And the first play will be a field goal try. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. Seibert's kick is good, and the Lions are going to take a 3-0 lead. So after drive number 3 here, we have a score, and it's 3 points after the field goal.
I would say the feeling out process for both these teams, I'd say it's over, partner. Everyone understands what's going on now. You've kind of probed a little bit. Now you want to start throwing the big shots. First 3 points up on the...
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And he'll return this one all the way out of the other side of the field. Kind of a throwback weekend for our primetime games here in Week 7. Later tonight, a couple of the great AFC teams of the 7th. The Steelers and Dolphins from Miami on Sunday night. And then tomorrow, Monday Night Football, Bears and Patriots from Foxborough, a rematch of Super Bowl 20. Bears won that one 46-10. But fear not for the Patriots, if I remember correctly, and they've won a few in the years following. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. 2nd down at 5.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And some space here. Touchdown, Cowboys! Ezekiel Elliott. He has career touchdown number 78, tying in with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list. And the Cowboys have moved out in front.
Bottom line, when you play a runner with these talents, you've got to be able to wrap up and get him on the ground. Or the first person who gets there, hold him up long enough for the next wave to get there and get him down. Otherwise, he will continue downfield and find pay dirt.
Brett Maher on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. So 2 plays on that scoring drive. That's how they drew it up. And into the end zone, and what a run it kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. From the 6. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Detroit's offense ready to take over. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blow. It's the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas.
Yeah, right? A little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting off field, only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
I tell you, for a defender, that's got to be a scary sight, seeing a big man like this with a head of steam behind him as he makes that catch and then turns upfield.
And plenty to praise on the play, but this is also a bit of a breakdown defensively because you've got to be right on him when he makes the catch. Otherwise, he has the ability to really make you pay, and he does right there, picking up excellent real estate after the catch.
Go off a handoff here to Swift. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Once again, it's Swift. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, as the defense rallies quickly after the nice move. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And it'll be 4th down.
To me, this is a case of if you're not getting the ball, you've got to do your job and block for the LAs because there really wasn't much there. And, boy, the defense took advantage of that loss.
And the defense, they were just locked in there on 3rd. They had more guys than they could block. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and that will keep this a 4-point game.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And it's a big kick, but now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of leg.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45.
When you're in man coverage, you have help over the top, you become a much more confident defender. Trail the receiver and know that someone over the top can make a play, and that's exactly what happened here. The free safety coming up with the interception.
So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here. It looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Play action. It's gone. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. The Lions on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Goff. He will go down. A Cowboys sack. Micah Parsons able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now. And this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah,
what's going on?
It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. So here are the Cowboys to take over. They were victorious a week ago over Philadelphia. They lead here as well as they start out 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Elliott. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Again, it's Elliott. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on 3rd down. Now Prescott. His throw left side is caught by Tolbert. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards. A 1st down carry by Elliott. Takes this to the 45. Broken tackle. Brought him a little extra space. Elliott going to get it again on 2nd down. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the 1st down.
Prescott on 1st down. It's caught. Tolbert. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. 1:57 to go in this 1st half on EA Sports. From the red zone now, Prescott. Trying to set up the screen, and it's intercepted. And the Lions are going to take possession here at their own 33.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles. Out, they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the 1st half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Meanwhile, Goff's throw complete there to St. Brown. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Goff. And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. And the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up 2nd down. To the air again, Goff. That's taken in, complete to Reynolds. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Goff now looking to throw. Open man is Quintez Cephas. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Goff on first down. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted. To throw on 2nd and 10. Goff. That's complete to Swift out of the backfield. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Throwing again is Goff. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Now it's gone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And he's into the clear. The 40. The 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
Well, that's what you get, apparently, when you try to take on a Pro Bowl cornerback. And what a play there to make the interception and also bring it back for 6.
And he is so good that we've seen teams absolutely stay away from throwing the ball at him. Here, he's just reading the quarterback's eyes the entire way, makes a great play on the football, and turns it into 6.
Marr now to add the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as some of the division races starting to take shape as we look around the NFL here in week number 7. We'll kick things off in the AFC North. 2 teams with intertwined histories, to say the least. Baltimore playing host to Cleveland. And it's the Ravens out in front as that game moves towards halftime. Lamar Jackson with 3 touchdown passes. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Lions. And despite the fact that they're looking up at a double-digit deficit at halftime, they were able to move the football through the air in those first 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half. Both teams making their final preparations for the second half of action. So with that, let's get you back out to Arlington, where we rejoin Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3.
He takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. The Cowboy offense set to go to begin this third quarter. And, Charles, they got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want us to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
On second down, Elliott. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
On to punt now, Anger, as he boots this one away.
That's taken on the 25.
So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half.
And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
They'll start on the ground with Swift.
And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. Now a play fake, and it's gone. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To throw is gone. He's going to take another shot here. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown. Amon-Ra St. Brown. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Lions have got it back to within a score. When you think of guys that are built to be big-arm quarterbacks, Jared Goff, he fits that mold, and he showed it off right there.
And that is absolutely demoralizing for a defense because you've got the offense on the ropes. It's 3rd down. You're trying to get off the field, and then wham, you have a letdown in the secondary, and you give up a big one.
Yeah, and that throw, my goodness, and even 70 yards through the air.
Goff looking to throw. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal. Well, I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
Taken at the 15, a short kick.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And now Dallas gets set to take the field.
Still enjoying the lead here in the 3rd quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
Following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott.
58 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
How about his performance last week? Over 200 yards. I think his decisiveness. One cut, and he goes. That's what's really made him pile up the yardage.
And the yardage he piled up last week. Easily. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes.
Aiden Hutchinson in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down.
Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. And Detroit getting set to go now.
The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. They'll fake the give. Now gone. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. He lost two, and it brings up forward.
Yep, to figure with this offense on second and inches, they're in ideal shape, but then they end up getting an incompletion, a run stuffed on third and inches, and you look around and say, how did it become fourth down?
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. Fielded at the 20. 43 yards on the punt, return of 4, and the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So here are the Cowboys to take over. They were 3-point winners a week ago. They lead by 3 here as well as they start 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Prescott's throw complete into the hands of Schultz here. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
I know from experience, partner, all they've been talking about is if we can just make one play, get our hands on the ball one time, we can change this game.
They almost did. That was a dangerous throw.
And instead, it goes against them one more time. Let's see if they can hang in there and not lose control mentally.
Elliott on 1st down going absolutely nowhere. He'll lose about 3 on the play.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Prescott to throw it. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defense coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed a quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys, and let's see if our receivers can intercept it.
Well, he's got to figure something out because the current formula's not working. Credit the tackle there to Jordan Lewis.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
We've got to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the 1st row.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. On 4th down, golf departs, and Austin Seibert is out there for the Lions field goal now. Seibert able to knock this one through, and that will tie our score at 14. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
From the 6. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a one-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more. But this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect them to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry.
Ball at the 26, 2nd and 7.
They go to Elliott again. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Here's Brian Anger now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35.
Detroit's offense ready to take over.
And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff.
Hawkinson crossing the middle and bringing it in. He'll get it inside the 20.
And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the 3rd quarter. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Arlington. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal.
Here's Swift.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal. There's Goff.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and is pumped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. Doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Here comes an important one now for Austin Seibert.
This to break our 4th quarter tie.
Seibert's kick is good, and they take a 17-14 lead.
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Dallas offense set for this next drive. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Meanwhile, Dak's throw there caught by Gallup.
So the completion good for 7 there, and it's 3rd and 4 now. Now Prescott. And he's got Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Blake Martinez. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Goff. Flushed out right. That one complete. He finds Shark. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. Swift going to try up the middle. A little juke. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. DeAndre Swift with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions will add to their 4th quarter lead. We talk so often about how hard it is to win in the NFL when you turn the ball over. And here a late turnover leads to a 4th quarter touchdown and a 2-score lead.
And what's more important is being able to take advantage when a turnover presents itself. You've got to come up with points to make the other guy pay. They're able to do so here, and they've got a pretty good chance now of winning this football game.
Austin Seibert on for the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And the finishing touch was that nice long run into the end zone. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Looking to throw, Prescott. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. Fires a slant complete to Tolbert. And he'll only get this to about the 35, well short of the line to gain. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Desperation time. Prescott on 4th. Right back to Tolbert. And he is going to have the Cowboys 1st down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. And again, it's Prescott. Open man is Noah Brown. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Play action now, Prescott. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And the Lions are going to get the football here at their own 23. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ballgame, I would have said never, not in a million years, but here we go. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And he'll be stopped up at the 26 after a gain of only a couple.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Pastor, you said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And now this defense try to use the clock to their advantage. They'll take the timeout here with 2:08 left. And then they'll have another stop coming up at the 2-minute warning. They will run straight ahead with Swift. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter. Right back to Swift again on second down. And only a couple there as he'll take this up to the 47. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. Now this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. On the handoff, this is Swift. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. And they'll indeed take a knee. On second down, Swift. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves them with third and about 6 yards to go. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Goff with a kneel down here, and that should put a conclusion to this one. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this one is no good. He missed it, and the lead will hold at 10. Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory. So for Detroit, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they'll return home next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for Dallas, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4 through 7 games. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against the Chicago Bears.